Top 12 Myths About the INFJ Personality You Didn't Know. INFJs are one of the rarest personality types, known for their deep empathy, intuition, and unique way of viewing the world. But with that rarity comes a whole lot of misunderstanding. From being called mind readers to being mislabeled as overly emotional or even cold-hearted, INFJs are often boxed into stereotypes that don't capture their true essence. Today, we're going to debunk the top 12 myths about the INFJ personality that you may have believed. Whether you're an INFJ yourself or simply curious about this intriguing type, get ready to uncover some surprising truths. The INFJ, known as the advocate, represents only about 1 to 2% of the population, making them the rarest of the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types. INFJs are characterized by their deep compassion, intense empathy, and a unique blend of introversion, intuition, feeling, and judging. But despite their unique qualities, many people misunderstand them. Let's dive in and reveal the truth behind some of the biggest myths surrounding INFJs. First myth: INFJs are mind readers. One of the biggest misconceptions about INFJs is that they have the ability to read minds. While it's true that INFJs have strong intuition and are very perceptive about people's feelings and motives, this doesn't mean they can literally read minds. Instead, INFJs rely on their ability to pick up on subtle social cues, body language, and emotional energy, which allows them to make highly accurate observations. This doesn't mean they always know exactly what you're thinking. Second myth: INFJs are always calm and composed. Another common myth is that INFJs are always calm, peaceful, and composed. While they may appear calm on the outside, inside, INFJs often experience a whirlwind of emotions and thoughts. They tend to internalize their feelings, which may create the illusion of calmness. But this stillness can be a coping mechanism to avoid being overwhelmed, and when emotions do surface, they can be intense. So, no, INFJs are not always as composed as they might seem. Third myth: INFJs are overly emotional. A common stereotype about INFJs is that they're overly emotional or dramatic. INFJs are feeling types, which means they place a high value on emotions, but that doesn't mean they're constantly driven by them. INFJs actually spend a lot of time analyzing and managing their emotions. While they may feel deeply, they don't necessarily display their emotions outwardly. They're much more likely to work through their feelings privately. Fourth myth: INFJs are antisocial. It's easy to label INFJs as antisocial because they're introverts and often need time alone to recharge. However, being introverted doesn't mean they dislike people. INFJs can be warm, friendly, and deeply invested in their relationships. They enjoy meaningful conversations and often thrive in one-on-one settings. INFJs are selective about their social interactions, preferring deep connections over casual encounters. So, they're not antisocial, they're simply selective about who they spend time with. Fifth myth: INFJs can't be logical or analytical. INFJs are often stereotyped as overly emotional and lacking in logic. In reality, INFJs have a complex balance of intuition and logic. While they rely on intuition to navigate the world, their judging function, which includes thinking and organization, enables them to be logical, strategic, and highly analytical when needed. INFJs can see patterns and analyze situations deeply, making them capable of both creative and logical thinking. Sixth myth: INFJs are always nice and peaceful. There's a popular myth that INFJs are always nice, accommodating, and go out of their way to avoid conflict. While INFJs do tend to avoid unnecessary drama and seek harmony, this doesn't mean they'll tolerate disrespect or boundary violations. INFJs have a strong sense of justice and will stand up for themselves and others if they feel it's necessary. When their values are compromised, they can become fierce advocates. Seventh myth: INFJs can't be leaders. INFJs are sometimes seen as followers rather than leaders because they're quiet and introspective. However, many INFJs possess natural leadership qualities. They lead with empathy, understanding, and vision, often inspiring others by example. INFJs are driven by their ideals and can be highly persuasive when they believe in a cause. Their unique leadership style is based on guidance rather than command, making them highly effective, compassionate leaders. 8th myth: INFJs are always happy helping others. INFJs are often seen as the helpers who are always happy to give their time and energy to others. While they do find purpose in helping people, they can become drained if they're always giving without receiving. INFJs need balance and sometimes have to set boundaries to protect their own mental and emotional well-being. Being naturally empathetic, they're prone to absorbing others' emotions, which can lead to burnout if they don't take time for themselves. 9th myth: INFJs are rare and mysterious, and that's why they're misunderstood. INFJs are indeed rare, but rarity alone isn't what makes them misunderstood. The reason INFJs are often seen as mysterious is due to their complex inner world. They're constantly processing thoughts and emotions, which may not be visible on the outside. Their ability to see both the big picture and the underlying nuances of situations can make them hard to understand. This mystery often comes from their introspective nature rather than the rarity of their type. 10th myth: INFJs are cold and detached. Another misconception is that INFJs are cold and detached. INFJs may seem aloof at times because they're naturally private and often need time alone to process their thoughts. However, beneath this exterior lies a deep well of empathy and care. They may not be openly expressive with everyone, but once you earn an INFJ's trust, they can be incredibly warm, loyal, and attentive friends or partners. 11th myth: INFJs are always moral perfectionists. INFJs are often seen as morally idealistic, holding themselves and others to high standards. While it's true that they value integrity and tend to be idealistic, this doesn't mean they're perfectionists or hold themselves to impossible standards. INFJs understand that everyone, including themselves, makes mistakes. They strive for authenticity and growth, but they aren't expecting perfection from themselves or others. Instead, they seek to live in alignment with their values. 12th myth: INFJs can't handle criticism. It's often believed that INFJs are overly sensitive to criticism and take everything to heart. While they may be sensitive, INFJs can actually handle constructive criticism quite well. They're open to feedback that's delivered with respect and intention. However, they're likely to become defensive if they feel attacked or if the criticism is delivered harshly. INFJs prefer a thoughtful, constructive approach to feedback that aligns with their focus on growth and improvement. INFJs are empathetic, perceptive, and have a strong sense of integrity, but they're also complex, private, and sometimes misunderstood. Understanding the real qualities behind these myths can help us appreciate INFJs for who they truly are.